Hi, this is future me. I thought I recorded about 15 minutes of voiceover, but it turns out I never pressed recorded, so god damn it. Anyways, just wanted to kind of do a check-in, give a quick update, and kind of show you what my day is looking like or is going to look like for a while here. So I usually will wake up same time every day between 6 or 7, but today I did wake up pretty late, so I had a late start. And I went straight to my computer and I started working on the rest of my listing for Etsy for my reseller shop. Last night I finished uploading the rest of the digital product on my other shop. So I wanted to spend all day today and even tomorrow as well getting through the 60 something listing that I have taken photos of into Etsy. And the last time I think I updated you on the fact that I created this system to help me with uploading copies and titles and description and making the process a little bit more streamlined and faster for me instead of having to go through each item and me creating that. And I'll kind of show you at the end, I'll walk you through at the end of, what that system looks like or what that generator looks like and how easy it is to use. But for right now, you can tell I'm just going through uploading the image into that generator. The generator spits out the description, the title for me, and I go back into Etsy and pretty much copy and paste them all over. I do find that, there are going to be little edits that you have to make here and there just because Claude is not a perfect system. He will he is only as good as the information that you give him. So just keep that in mind. You do have to give the sort of the basic description of the item, right? You have to give the size, the color, the material, maybe any highlight that you might want him to know or put into the description, and then have them generated. But there are some things that I have to modify or remove. It gets pretty fluffy in the description, and it sometimes could look a little bit messy, so I do tend to go back and clean it up a little bit. But here's me just going through, item by item, generating the copy, the highlights, and then transferring that data into Etsy. Also keeping a record of all the description, title, and highlights so far into a separate spreadsheet, just so that I can, and even the pricing too, just so that I can, one, to track, profitability, track margin, track sales, inventory, and then another piece to that is to also track, if these item doesn't do well on one site, I can always easily grab the same data and put it onto a different site and start selling on there. So yeah, I just have a pretty much a storage area, right, where I store all of the items that I have on the internet so far that I can easily go back and access and, share it with other platform. So this is what I'm doing. Okay, this is kind of my second half of the day, time for lunch. So I decided to take, just a quick little break and go to YouTube and watch some videos. I normally like to watch, just like mindless videos when I'm having a little quick break or having lunch. Something funny, something that is somewhat entertaining. I love to watch a lot of your typical haul videos or vlogs. Sometimes I'll watch like movie reviews. And most of the time I stick with murder shows. I actually really love murder shows, but so far, to kind of keep my mind clear and not anxious, I just watch mindless TV or content. So takes me about maybe a few minutes to kind of figure out, okay, what do I want to watch while I'm eating this food? I made some spaghetti, so I had some of that. It was okay. It was too greasy. But, it was food. So that's kind of how I would spend my lunchtime, just still at my desk. Sometimes I try to go outside and eat outside or eat downstairs in the kitchen, but so far I've just, been at my desk most of the time. And yeah, I will try to maybe only take about, well, I do an hour, but throughout the day, that is my longest break, because throughout the day I only will just get up or walk around for a few seconds or so in between a couple hours. So this is kind of my longest break to be able to enjoy myself and kind of shut my mind off from work for a little bit there. Here's me, keep on working even though I'm on my lunch. Even though I'm focusing on creating a business and working on a passive income, I'm still I still need a job right on the side to be able to keep me afloat. It's not like I am making millions of dollars. I'm just starting. So I'm, constantly looking for jobs every single day. I'm usually on LinkedIn. I'm usually on Indeed. I tried ZipRecruiter and I find that it's just so scammy and spammy. So I stopped using that. There's another site that I just pulled up here called Business of Home. I think I talked a little bit about that before. This is very much geared towards, anything that is related in the home furniture and home decor world. They have oh gosh, I can't talk. They have job posts there that are specific to that industry. So I tend to go in there just because that's kind of where my experience has been. And it's a little bit more curated, if you will, unlike LinkedIn or Indeed, where it's just a hodgepodge of, every single job. I will say that I probably have a little bit more success on LinkedIn, and that says a lot because LinkedIn is just a really oversaturated, turning into an influencer type of application, which I'm starting to get sick of. But anyways, just still looking for jobs on my lunchtime here. After I got sick of job searching, just move on to the next task on my list. So throughout the day, I try to break up my day, like, okay, 4 hours of my day I'll work on uploading listing, 2 hours I'll work on my digital product stuff, and then 2 hours I'll work on the kind of the what's the other thing I'm working on? God, there's way too much now. Job finding. There's just a whole bunch of things that I have going on that I'm trying to tackle all at once. Although it sounds like an obstacle, it keeps me sane, actually, and it keeps me occupied, and that's really what I wanted to do, so I'm not continuing to be in a dark headspace or into my head too much. And the only way to do that is to just keep myself as busy as possible. So I break up my day. So during this time, I, just looking through a couple of my designs and seeing, if they look good, if there's any adjustment I need to do on the graphics, or, if I need to optimize or change anything on the printified side. So I will spend some time doing that. I haven't been the last couple of days just because I've been so focused on updating all these listings. I had this clip at the beginning to show you how the product listing generator worked, but I wanted to kind of go into a little bit more detail on it to show you what it actually looks like once I click on generate the listing, what the result is. So again, the one thing to keep in mind with AI is that it will only get as good as the information that you feed it. So the more data that you give him, the better. I was just inputting the dimensions, and now I'm putting in a little more keywords in there to just kind of help him round out the entire description and highlight. And don't be afraid to, use one word. It doesn't have to be a full sentence. And then, he'll do his best to put it into a really nice romance sentence so that you don't have to worry about grammar or syntax or anything like that. And so once you do all that, you click on generate listing, and then it's going to give you this entire list of highlights, romance copy, title, and also tags as well. I wanted to give one final follow-up because I don't think I mentioned this throughout the video at all, but this image or listing generator that I have here is initially when I created it, it shows that it was only for digital products. So I actually had to go back and then rework with Claude to create it so that it identifies, am I uploading a digital product or am I uploading a physical product? And it gives me kind of 2 tabs and then even a drop down that I can actually use. That way, the copy will cater to whatever type of product that I have listed. So I just wanted to clarify that confusion.